Milo, narrate this. I want you to do the spice. I can only do it for so long.
Theme?
I don't. Who does Harkonnen's voice really well? I don't really do his voice well.
Those got you. All right.
Okay.
The spice drifts over the sand.
But Baron Harkonnen, what does the spice really mean? What type of an archetype would truly rule Arrakis properly?
That's so good. That's so good.
Jordan Peterson in Dune 3. Let's go, baby. Jordan Peterson.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 0.5 episode of the Campfire Council podcast. Today with us on the episode, we have Milo, Noah, Brandon, Joey's, and myself, Luke. How's everyone doing? What do we got going on?
I have a didgeridoo. That was close enough where it's not going to get copyrighted.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say, is that?
All right.
How far can that go?
I think you're fine.
Victory is
I
in
think you're fine.
death.
Yeah. But yeah, basically we were talking about right before the pod started, we're going to be so pissed if we get hospitalized or like I lose my sense of hearing or sight before Dune 3 comes out. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed.
And
That
then we
takes
would-
away like 50% of what I'm living for.
We would
right
still watch it without you.
now. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we would. The journey must continue.
Dude,
It's like
I guess
Oregon
so.
Trail.
Somebody clip that part and send it to Christina.
Oof.
If Dune
No,
3,
she's like 25 and
if Dune 3 is not just straight action, I'm gonna be a little upset because that's what I'm looking forward to. Like I'm looking
really?
forward
What does
to
a
him going to
movie
war.
need straight action?
yeah, I don't want too much
No.
though.
There'll be a little.
Want too much
Transformers.
both.
There'll be a little bit
Too
of
much.
political, like
Look what happens
Undertones,
when there's
but-
too much action. You get
Transformers.
Transformers.
Michael Bay
Also, Michael Bay.
coming this fall.
Yeah, but Transformers has its time and place.
And they have dialogue
first
in there,
one.
but you're right. I will say with movies like Transformers, it's a little too much sometimes.
It is. It's just action.
But
straight
I
action.
still like it.
As long as it's Denis Villeneuve that is directing Dune 3,
yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
there's
think
no
we're
way
set.
he messes it up.
Yeah, I think we're set.
Yeah.
Is that like Dave Filoni and like Clone Wars?
Yes.
Anything Star Wars? Also, Luke got moccasins for Christmas, and he keeps shocking his everything.
Oh, is that why? Really?
Yeah, because of the
Dude.
friction. Because
The other day, I shocked myself, not even kidding, probably at least 12 times.
Yeah, he did. It was hilarious.
was-
He's like, ow, Joey's, ow.
See, I'm so used to. I've been dealing with it my whole life. I don't know if it's because I have dry skin, but I always go with the back of my knuckle right before I touch something. Sorry, that I probably shouldn't have actually touched it. Sorry, Milo. But like I'll touch it with the back of my knuckle because there's not as many nerves and it doesn't hurt, and then I touch because then you've lost your charge. You know?
I just go
that's
straight
smart.
for it. I don't care.
No, all right.
Actually, honestly, I forget about it. So
Yeah.
I just go to touch it.
Actually,
so
can't
used to
fires start that way? Like with electric, with like static
That's what
friction?
they say with like gasoline tanks.
Yeah.
So like, don't stick your hand in the oil tank when it's cold out because you'll start a spark and it'll explode the gas.
Yeah, but you want to
station.
smell it because it smells so good.
Yeah, dude, it does
Do
smell.
you
good.
guys,
wanna get
when you
high
guys
off
smell
of
gas,
it?
do you
Come
sniff it like really strong?
Oh
huff
yeah,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
not
the
huffing
smell of
you.
gas.
No.
You
huff
give
gas.
in.
I huff gas.
Yeah.
That and rubber cement, dude.
Oh, do we?
my
Rubber
goodness.
cement?
Don't
Yeah,
even get
that's a
started.
gross one.
I like the smell, but diesel is on another level.
Dude, it looks like Code Red.
Does yeah, that's true.
Ooh,
looks like
what about?
straight Code Red.
But
like-
no, the smell of it, like the
You
smell
like
of
it?
diesel,
I don't.
wonderful.
It's good.
Really?
I actually don't know the
wonderful
difference
smell.
between that.
Burned or like through the pump? Because it's different.
I think burned. I think burned is the way to go.
Because through the pump, it doesn't smell good.
Okay, I don't
Like
think.
What
I
about-
spilled diesel on my pants at work several times, and it's
He's
horrible.
like sniffing
Is
his
your
pants
truck
throughout
diesel?
the day.
What?
Is your truck diesel?
Not the
For
truck
work?
I use for plowing, but like the other trucks. There's like a
Okay.
few other ones that require diesel.
And it's actually red. It's like a red
Oh,
colored.
some diesels are red. Yeah. So for
It's
like,
a pink.
when I was working on the perennial farm, fun
Mm-hmm.
fact, I worked on a perennial farm. For the tractors, like the diesel they had there was red, and so we'd fill them up in the morning, and it looked like Code Red. I was like, I just want to try it.
What about
Just want to just
like
a
cutting the
sip.
grass, fresh
Oh,
smell
Ooh.
of grass
Don't
cut
get me
and
started.
the smell of gas too?
yes.
That's definitely a summer.
Yeah.
And it's a
That
nice
is-
summer
Ooh,
day.
with a morning
Yeah.
dove.
Yes.
Dude, no,
You know
morning
those
doves are the
videos?
worst.
Yes.
You know those videos where it's like a mourning dove and it like it's always 3 times, by the way. Always 3.
Yeah, it's always that, and then it shows like nostalgic things, or it's just like
Dude,
outdoors.
it makes you feel a certain way though.
Yeah,
like, there
it
is
kind of makes
something
me
to that.
sad.
It does.
It's like happy, but it also I'm like
It makes you
dang,
so
like,
sad.
I used to be happy at everything.
It shows
Now
you.
I'm just happy at some things, you know?
Now I just first pull EX Pikachu's and certain sparks.
Okay, all right.
My
We're gonna be
life
hearing about
sucks.
this for the next few months.
Yeah,
I love how last pod we were
10
just
minutes,
talking
for
about how
sure,
we have to
10
try to
minutes.
find the joy in life. And then, no.
It was like, what do I even have to live for except for my 10 mint? It's 10 mint, dude. I'm telling you.
I don't know if it is.
It's 10
Be
mint.
careful.
No.
Be careful.
It's 10 mint.
We're gonna get a PSA graded.
Yeah.
How could
we're
it
gonna
not
find-
be? It was brand new.
No.
Well,
Okay, there's
okay,
factors.
hold
All
on.
right, let's
Hang.
go.
He's a-
Okay,
he's a rookie.
You take the first one. I'll take the second
All
one.
right.
Go for it.
So, Milo, imagine, okay, you have like there's like a.
Are you
on them all,
mansplaining?
There's a
Listen, honey.
This is 2025.
There's a
okay?
sheet. There's a sheet of cards, okay, and they have to cut them, right? They have to cut them up individually. What'll happen sometimes is the sheet won't be lined up, or
There's a
the
gear
blade
switch.
or something, and the cut doesn't
Just
go
kidding. I'm just trying to get them to
perfectly.
pay attention.
Where on each side of the card, it's equally spaced, like
Hence,
up top. And therefore, if you have more on one side and less on the other, you're kind of following what I'm talking about. Like if this is the main
Centering.
photo, and that's centering.
now I'll go into the edges of the card.
He's already thinking about the next thing. He's like biting his cheek, and he's like, and then
yes, on the edges of the border of the card itself, if there's any dings of like you can see on the blue side of the card, if there's any white showing, that also takes away from the value. But yeah, those
thinking
are the two
hypothetically,
things that
guys.
like make or break the value of the card.
yeah, and also just the overall condition of it.
Right. If it's like
You know, you spit
scratched on and spit on, blood,
on it. Yeah,
sweat,
blood.
tears.
It's like a guinea pig running across it. Or something.
Right,
dirty,
like
dirty little
G-force.
paws.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a guinea pig growing up? Did you ever have a guinea pig growing up?
No, dude.
No?
We
Oh,
had
we
a
had
dog.
One
we had two
time,
guinea
a
pigs.
guinea
We
pig
did.
bit Joy's nipple.
That's true. It hurt really bad. Oh my gosh, it hurt so bad.
And then you said a cat scratched it like another time, like the same.
chipmunk.
It was a
Oh,
chipmunk.
chipmunk.
Dude,
Yeah.
How
oh, okay,
does that
quick.
even?
We had well,
Crazy story.
All right,
we
yeah.
caught a chipmunk, and we were trying to get it out, we'll just say. And
We tried
pretty
to
much,
kill it.
this was years ago. We were very young.
We were under the influence of glue, gasoline, and what was the other one?
Rubber cement.
Rubber cement. There you go.
We were at my
Yeah, for sure.
parents' house in Germantown at the time, and we had like a bunch of people over to swim, and we were like 12, 13-year-old boys doing their thing. And we were trying to get like this chipmunk into a bag, and it got out of the trap, and it ran up Joey's arm because he had like holding the bag, and we were shirtless because we were swimming, and like it ran across his chest, and like it scratched his nipple,
Yep.
and then just ran off.
It was
He's like,
terrifying.
"Ow, it scratched my nipple."
It was scary,
That's
dude.
so wild.
It's fun.
What if
And
you
then
got
the other
rabies?
time, we were at Wes's old place in Germantown, and what happened with that with the guinea pig?
Oh yeah, I was just holding the guinea pig, just like in my arms, like swaddling in a manger,
Without
like,
a
just-
shirt on again.
No,
No,
my
you had a
shirt was
shirt
on.
on.
And like the
Oh,
the
it
guinea
bit-
pig just bit my nipple. Like it hurt so bad. It was just really unlucky.
Oh.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, that's
They got
Not good
strong
times.
jaws too.
Yeah, it hurt really
They eat
bad.
Vegetables all day.
Dude, they
And
squeak
Cheetos.
so
Dude, they're-
loud when they
they
hear veggies.
mew all day.
They mew.
They're mewing.
they're mewing.
Are guinea pigs mewing?
I think so.
I think so.
Do you know what mewing is?
They could
I think they got skibbity riz, bro.
Oh, for
Actually,
real.
I was at Target the other day looking for Pokemon cards,
and you
and
found the
Skibbity toilet. Yeah, Skibbity Toilet has like a toy.
It's
What?
It's
literally-
like a.
I thought it was just a phrase. What
Yeah,
do you mean?
Well, it is.
It's from like
But it's-
Gary's Mod,
Yeah,
which is like a game on Steam.
Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah.
That's
it's
wild.
so
Ooh,
Toilet.
here's something. Let's talk about this. Have you guys heard about how TikTok might no longer be a thing?
We were
Ooh.
talking about
Whoa!
I think that
Not
they
our
said
account.
that
which
though.
the subject.
I didn't know this.
He just TikToked you, bro.
I think they
Swipe.
I think they already said that like back in 2020. I don't know if you remember that, but Trump was all about like, oh yeah, we're gonna get rid of TikTok for sure.
Didn't happen.
China's controlling.
Aren't they in the
TikTok.
process
Yeah.
of like?
and then we didn't.
Aren't they still in the process of getting it figured out though?
I genuinely have no idea.
Oh. What do you guys? Do you guys
What it
want
will
it?
be?
What do you guys think? Do you guys want to get rid of it? Do you care? Do you
I don't
think
have it, so I don't care.
Yeah,
Doesn't
same.
affect me either way.
I don't know. I don't care. I'm
I
not for,
want
like,
it to go because
society?
it's one last platform for me to post to, and maybe more people will come over to Instagram and YouTube,
There you go.
and then it'll be better by just
Could be
having those
true.
platforms.
Could
Yeah.
be true.
Nice.
What was the question that you or the
Oh
the
yeah,
thing you were gonna-
Brandon's immune system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Milo, I don't
Compromised.
really know how we got into this, but
Do nurses have stronger immune system?
oh yeah, play it back. No, this is the authentic.
Wait, I'll do it for real. This
Yeah,
time.
here. Okay. Wait, what, Milo?
How's the center?
What
Do
did you s-
nurses naturally have stronger immune systems, Brandon?
Nani? Okay. Basically, I was gonna get into this beforehand, but I'm glad that we saved it for this. I am under the belief now that I have gained the power to
Gain the power.
will myself into health, into good health.
Explain.
Here I have 3 instances that I have now, I feel like I've proven this fact, okay? Not fact. Hypothesis.
Sure.
A few months back, I was at work and I started feeling really sick, and I basically accepted. I was like, "Oh man, like I'm going to be sick today. Like it's going to be a slow day. It's going to be really tough. I'm probably going to like go home because I was still in orientation. So I was like, they'll just send me home and I won't get any like occurrences against me or anything." And so as soon as I wasn't feeling terrible, but like I was feeling kind of bad, as the second that I like accepted that I was going to be sick, that's when it got so much worse. Okay. Since then, there have been 2 other times I've kind of felt a little bit sick. And I'm like, no, like I'm absolutely not getting sick. And I do all of the same things. I eat oranges, I drink soup or eat soup.
you can drink soup?
Yeah, you can drink it.
Good soup.
And like I always do the same like things, but now it was like the mental that was adding to it. And then both times I immediately got better by like that evening. So yes, maybe I got more sick the first time around and then I was more immune for the other 2 times. Maybe, possibly. But maybe I've gained a power.
All right. Well, we can test this hypothesis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can
Go to the hospital.
Mhm.
Okay.
he will. He works there.
So first of all, buy a petri dish off of Amazon.
Right.
Okay.
Ooh.
Right.
and
Go
a
to the
microscope.
hospital with a Q-tip and just rub it on the wall. Maybe a few different spots. Put it into the petri
Grow it a
dish,
little bit.
Grow it. There's gonna be all sorts of fun
I'll
stuff.
throw it in
there.
some eggs or something.
Yeah, we're gonna put that in a syringe. Just inject that right into your bloodstream.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
And
we'll
then tell
test
yourself
if you
you're not
can
sick.
will yourself to not be sick.
Okay, yeah, let's try it, dude.
All right.
I'm down. I'm down.
Well, isn't
Send me
there?
the link for the petri dish.
Okay, we'll do it.
There was actually some.
We'll get back to that.
I gotta
question.
find the source of this, but I think there was some tests done with like placebos and actual
Yes, I know what you're talking
pills. That was. I think people were sick or they were. Something was wrong with them, and I think half of the patients or the test people, whatever you call them, test dummies, we'll call them, were given like an actual pill. No, I think they were given a pill to make
Are
them
you
sick.
following? No, you're following.
Pill.
Bill? Hey, Bill? Bilski?
Half of the group of the people in this experiment were given a pill, I think, to make them sick, and they were told that this was going to make them better.
Yeah.
I think the other half, it was opposite, where
It was going to make them better, but they were told that they was going to make them sick.
correct.
Oh, interesting.
And I think
Who took that one? They're like, screw it.
I think actually it worked. So mentally, when they thought they were taking something that's going to make them sick, they became sick.
Yeah.
And the opposite with the people
Weird.
that told it was going to make them better, even though it was something that's going to make them sick, they became better.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I'm a
once again,
believer that-
I'd have to find
mental
the
really
source for that.
matters, you
I
know?
think that's what I heard. I don't know if it's 100% true, but
Some might say it's accurate. I'm not saying it's accurate, but
Noah's
a lot of
pretty
people might
holistic.
say.
What do you do, Noah,
I'm
when you're
very
sick?
holistic.
Trump, what do you got there?
Me? See, this might, frankly, folks, I just want to clarify this for a lot of people out there. Frankly, might be one of the greatest instruments I've ever seen. And a lot of people are saying that this is by far one of the coolest instruments. I'm saying it. Everybody else is saying it. There's a select few people that aren't saying it, but,
here, just play it,
you
dude.
know.
give it a
Oh, yeah.
It's a work in progress.
It's a didgeridoo.
There you go. I like that. It's a didgeridoo.
Just be careful with the camera.
Oh
No.
yeah.
Very good.
No, what
Um,
do you do though when you're sick?
Me?
Because you don't
Yeah.
take like anything, right? Like
Well,
even aspirin or
Yes, I do.
oh
I'm not.
no, I thought
I'm
you
not
were
a
Wait,
like
complete-
you're
just
moving.
wills
You're
itself.
moving the camera.
He's already figured it out.
Oh, am I actually?
Yeah.
yeah, you're in the stand.
Oh,
Yep.
my
Risky.
bad. Okay. Well, I'll just keep this here.
Yeah, you will.
No, so what I do is like obviously, yeah, like if I have a headache, I'm not just gonna be like, I'm gonna will myself to not have a headache. Like, no,
okay, hold on.
gonna-
If I'm
like,
already experiencing
not-
symptoms, yeah.
like, yeah, I'm just like, no, I'm gonna take some ibuprofen in the moment, because I need to just
shake it out.
not have a headache. But then I'll do other things like, oh, my headache might be caused from my neck being tight. So then I'll try to massage my neck, or I'll lay on like this pillow that I have. It's like a wedge pillow, and it like helps to stretch out your neck. So like I'll lay on that too, and that helps to relieve headaches at times. And so like I do different things to think like, oh, because I'm feeling pain in one area, that does not mean that that's where the pain is coming from.
True.
You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
lot of the times what
Like
it
it's
is.
like called like referral pain.
Yeah.
So like sometimes like I'll find that pressure point in like my neck where I'm like, I have a headache and I
his toes
feel it
start
and I can
tingling.
literally
He's like, "Oh my
start
God."
like feeling it in my head. Like,
Oh my
and-
god, I got it! I got this blood. He's just tickling up here. He's like,
Does anyone feel like when you have a cold, like a head cold, when you are active, you feel better?
Wait,
I
what?
feel
Head
worse.
cold?
Yeah,
So like a cough or a whatever, runny nose. I feel like when I'm active and actually doing something compared to just sitting around all day, I actually feel better. And then good rest afterwards.
Yeah, it's all about the balance. You just gotta find that balance.
Yeah.
I hate when people say this, dude. I don't know why it bugs
is it
me
about
You just gotta find
because
that
it means
balance.
that they don't have anything else to contribute that's like useful
Well,
for
maybe they
you.
don't.
And so they're like, you just gotta find that balance.
Oh, maybe that's the best they got.
I just don't like when people give that kind of advice. Christina agrees with me on this. We're like,
Does
what
she
does
do
that
it?
even mean? No,
Oh.
because we both hate when people. I mean, we don't hate it. Sorry. Or wait, no, I was the one that said
You
that. Never
hate
mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hate it.
I mean, I highly dislike it because what is that balance?
It's exactly what it needs to be.
But what if it's something where
too
you're
vague.
you actually do need balance with it?
Okay, well, if it's
Like you're on a beam and
Like
you
you're-
really need to balance.
okay, well,
you're
yes,
designing a
in that
bridge or
case, it is about that balance.
Yeah.
But-
or are you gonna get upset? Like
No,
what if I'm
because
in a
it's literally
conversation with
about-
you
It's
about like
balance.
physics or something like that? I'm like, you have to balance
Balance
the
this
equation or
equation.
something. And then there you go.
Milo, give me an equation. I'll balance it.
Later. Then, are you gonna like talk about me behind my back? Like, oh man, he said I needed balance.
Yeah, dude, that's what Christine and I were talking about. We were talking about you.
Talk
You
about
said
me.
that.
Bunch of gossipers.
I was talking with Milo about physics and balance, and I'm just so sick of him saying it's all about that balance. No, of course not that. If it's like, you know, you just have to be able to have both the work life and the, you know, play life or fun life, whatever. It's all about that balance.
It's that work-life
It's just
balance.
so
yeah.
vague. Like, what is that? Okay,
is
well,
vague,
what's that
yeah.
balance then?
But it's different for everybody.
And I would say it's
That's
not.
true.
But in
perfectly
general, it's
balanced.
correct though.
As all things
As
should
a
be.
whole, it's correct.
I
As
will
a
tell
whole.
you one thing that
I mean,
annoys me is a balanced diet.
Yeah.
that's-
Oh,
what is
yeah.
that?
I don't like that either.
What does that
What does
mean?
that even mean?
A balanced diet of Big Macs. What?
It is a
Don't
balance.
don't you start.
Balanced-
Don't you
A
start.
balanced diet can be
Luke's
different
gonna get
for
all
anyone.
excited.
Like,
Yeah. What does that mean?
I don't know. If I ate something and then someone else ate something, like their body would react different. So it's not a balanced diet.
Okay, hang on real quick. I have something super controversial.
Here we go.
A Big Mac can be classified as lasagna. Now, hear me out. Hear me out.
No, no.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay.
Oh,
Lasa- I can already
yeah.
tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
Milo, I brought this up to Milo.
Milo's
and-
Italian, dude.
So lasagna, it's a layer
some
of
whitewash.
some flour-based thing. Then you have a sauce
That's so
Okay.
many
and a
things.
meat
Right.
and maybe some other things like
And it's
maybe there's
good
some
after 3
veggies
bites,
and
right?
whatever,
We got
and
it.
there's
Yep.
some cheese, and then it's layered, right? Whereas a
Like
Big
ogres.
Mac, it's the exact same thing. You
Okay.
got a flour-based item on the bottom,
Okay.
and then it's got a layer of meat, cheese, some sort of sauce, and
So then
a
why isn't
veggie,
pizza just
and then
lasagna?
layered? Well, no, because that's only just one layer.
Yeah.
It's not a layered.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Thing.
The deep dish right there. Boom.
Deep dish isn't layered.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
I could
Right,
see
so
it,
it's kind
but
of a bowl of sauce.
Yeah.
I
So-
did hear about this one hack, Luke. I don't know. Maybe you want to try it. Do you like
you
the
fold
bun
it?
in the middle of?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's not for you because I don't like that.
did
I
he
don't,
like
oh wait, hold
fold
on.
it like
I'm
tacos?
No. But
Oh.
you get 2 like single burgers, okay, and then you just put them together, and then you get Big Mac sauce on the side, and it's like supposed to be cheaper, and then you don't have to have a bun in the middle.
I
too
I
much
like
work.
the Big
Maybe.
Mac just the way it is.
That's not true.
No, that's
Well,
not true.
no onions,
I was gonna
but
say you get no
without
onions.
like any,
Gotta find the balance.
Just,
without
Just got it.
adding extra patties or taking something off.
Yeah.
Besides just like, I could eat it with onions. I just prefer it. The McDonald's onions are not good. They're like little shavings. They're like little
I
crunchy
don't know.
shavings.
Not
that
great.
I don't know, man.
No. I did see a guy though where he's like, this is how you eat a Big Mac. He ate it so fast. You take off, I think like the top layer and you fold it because it has the bun, the top bun with a patty and it has cheese and like sauce, and you fold it like a taco. And then the next layer, it's like a taco too because it has another patty and like cheese.
oh, I see that. Yeah.
So pretty much just like break it
There's
apart
three
and you
patties.
fold like a taco. And he ate it so fast,
Huh.
but that's not the.
But that's not the
Experience.
point, right?
Yeah, that's not the
you
point.
have to
You want to enjoy that Big Mac.
enjoy it.
Also, I heard a couple podcasts over the past couple months on just like health and food. And it's crazy how terrible of diets we have here in the U.S.
Yeah, we're the fattest country, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, they just posted at my work a chart to show your BMI and your like technically
For
like
other people
your
to see?
Yeah, well, like not like my own BMI.
Oh,
but like
Dude, I
like
swear
a reference.
I took this
Sorry.
as they were
Wow.
posting their employees' BMI.
no,
I was
no,
like,
no, 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 no.
wow,
No.
that's dark, dude.
They like posted it with like what's
better.
like
Yeah.
healthy versus overweight versus obese and whatever. Dude, I was in the obese category.
How?
What?
Yeah,
I'm in the
because
obese
I'm
category.
That's over 30, right?
because yeah,
It goes 18, 25, 30.
yeah, like
What?
because I'm about like 180, but for 5'4", I'm supposed to be like 130, technically.
Yeah,
in
but a lot
terms
of that
like
is muscle.
the
So
heck?
exactly.
yeah.
I believe I'm considered obese in the medical terms.
Yeah, I'm also obese because I'm dense like that. Right, Milo? Right? It's all in our legs, right?
Yeah.
Because we have massive legs.
Yeah.
Well, Milo's
Huge.
really well balanced over there.
He really finds the.
so genius.
yeah, dude, it
Because you said that the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh, you are a genius, bro. That was insane.
Yeah, it is.
He foresaw this
Yeah,
joke
dude,
coming
that's
out.
I
He's
did.
like,
I saw it.
for sure.
I sneezed it.
You sneezed it.
It was crazy. I was hearing all about how even certain types of like meats that we were told are like the way that the cattle are raised. It's sneaky with the words that they put in. Or like I was learning about like even certain nuts might not be good for you, or
Oh, nuts.
certain vegetables have like these defense mechanisms that are built in that are not great for us, but it helps defend the vegetables.
The vegetables are
What?
fighting against us.
I'm probably butchering
Luke's
this, but
lying.
We're
There's
going
like-
to war with the
lectins?
vegetables.
it might be like there's something where it might not be the best for us, but it helps the vegetables as a defense
Oh,
mechanism.
like spice
What
and
are
like
they at
peppers.
war with?
Something.
I
Spice.
think you're
My
talking
gosh,
about like
Like
I forgot
why
what
do
they're
they-
called.
why do
But
they need
there
power
are
over
things.
spice?
There are things like polyphenols in vegetables that are
heck
like
is that?
defense. They're like defense
Yeah.
chemicals against insects and stuff like that. And yeah, they could have some of an inflammatory effect in the body.
Yeah.
but they also can cause your body to adapt and ramp up its own antioxidant activity. So there's actually could be benefits to eating vegetables.
Yeah,
that have
it could be
antioxidants.
good or bad. But it's crazy too. Like you can have so many foods here have causes for like inflammation and all these terrible things that hundreds of years ago was not even really a thing.
Right.
And now it's like over the charts on medical issues that we have, which is kind of crazy.
Do you guys hear? Take this as you will. Down in Arizona or something, there were a bunch of cucumbers that had like salmonella on them.
What?
Like, what does that even
How?
mean, dude?
I don't
When
know.
was this a thing?
This was like a few months back now. I think it was cucumbers, and I'm pretty sure it was Arizona. Could possibly be getting those two factors incorrect.
But,
But,
you don't
basically,
believe
a
in
vegetable.
salmonella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, for the people that want
you're a
to
science
believe in
denier.
that, whatever.
Wait, what are you asking?
No, I'm just
does
saying, dude, like,
bacteria
how
grow
how
on-
does a disease that's supposed to be gained from eating raw food like meat and eggs and like whatever, it's like on cucumbers, bro. And they were like distributing these across the country,
I
and
don't
like
know, maybe that's
Here
not
you
the
go.
only thing.
there were like thousands
One for
of
you.
people that were getting salmonella.
because E. coli can exist in your gut and on meat and in animals and stuff like that, but it also can be on vegetables.
Oh yeah, the lettuce.
So you're telling me that
Yeah.
the cucumbers were like mixed with like the chickens.
I don't know where the salmonella came from, but
I don't know.
bacteria gets everywhere, dude.
A chicken,
But
coulda
it
gotten
derives from
into a garden.
I don't know where
raw
it derives.
chicken
I
and
don't know where
like
it derives
eggs
from.
and stuff. But I don't believe in it either way. Okay,
What?
just want to make that
So
clear.
if you
We
do
should
get it
you a
though,
microscope.
Yeah.
if you do get it, are you gonna believe that you won't get sick?
I'll just will it.
You'll will it
plan.
into existence.
I'll will it not into existence.
Oh. Like, what
Can we
you were
talk about how
saying-
cool the
Oh.
immune system is?
Dude, please.
After Noah says what he wants to say.
No, 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 no. No, this is totally different. Go.
How cool is the immune system, Neil?
It's so cool, dude.
It's cool as like
Alright,
an
let's
EX
move on.
Pikachu.
No,
Yeah.
dude.
Surging Sparks.
This is the only thing he's gonna have to contribute now.
The human body is one of the most complex machines like ever. Like it's just crazy how like
It's
It is.
The,
It
it's
is.
the
It is
most
the most.
complex
In the
that's what I meant.
galaxy.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Smarts. Yeah. Intelligence.
It's insane. Like on a microscopic level, like just think about how you don't even have to think about your heart, okay? And that's pretty large. Like you can kind of see that. It's
I'm
just
thinking
being like
about it.
conducted by like electricity, right?
Now
too.
I'm thinking.
There are bacteria and like microorganisms that are on a level that you just need like a super microscope to see, that are just like constantly working to defend your body. And they're like aliens too. They're sick, dude. Like the different mechanisms that they use, like, you know, white blood cells, they just like, you know, they like absorb and just like destroy.
And even that's on a large scale.
And that's larger. Yeah, white blood cells are huge.
Have you seen the simulations of like DNA replicase?
I don't think so.
I'll show you them.
Like
after.
cloning, like clones from Star Wars.
Essentially.
Well, that's what the enzyme does. So
Yeah.
there's like a process in your body to copy your DNA over to other cells, because your cells like divide. So you have to make copies of the DNA.
Dang.
What are you laughing about?
I'm just laughing, dude.
So there's extremely complex machines in your cells that do all this work just automatically. They're literally robots.
So could that be used for like
Probably.
in the future for when you have to do like skin transplants of like, for let's say someone's in an accident,
Dude.
and you need to
Yeah, like with stem cells or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. This specific thing I'm talking about is like present in all your cells to
gotcha.
replicate your DNA. But yeah, if you needed to like grow new tissue, you could probably do so with stem cells. Stem cells are cells that can differentiate into any type of cell in the body.
Yeah.
And you have stuff like bacteriophages, dude. Those are my favorite,
yeah.
easily. Because they
What's
look, here, I actually have it. They just look like this spider robot
Whoa.
kind of
Is he
thing.
is he bad?
No, he's
Remote
good.
Controls the
Oh.
robot.
Heck
He
yeah.
like, yeah, the remote, exactly. He controls the robot.
Yeah.
It just looks like this insane robot, and it just like goes onto a bacteria and like stabs into it and like
That's right.
injects something that
Yeah.
just makes it like explode, basically.
So there's a constant war.
It's a
our
battlefield
body.
down there, dude.
Yeah.
And we just like don't think about that. We're like, oh yeah, okay.
We just
See, this is okay. Quick side note. This is why there's no way that atheism could possibly ever be real, bro.
Okay.
Like there is no
Let 'em cook.
way that you can have all of this going on
passionate, folks.
without a god to like create this, dude. Like what I'm talking about is like, oh boy, here we go. Bro, there's
doing anime stuff.
Milo.
I don't care how many billions of trillions of years you believe that it took for them to, the fact that we are on this level, that there's something microscopically happening constantly in our body to defend us. And you can counter with whatever you want, but it's,
I'm a theist, dude. You know that.
no, I know, but yeah.
I could argue for their side if you want me to.
I'm just saying,
playing both sides.
there is absolutely no way when I think about these kind of things, like we just kind of like pass it off. We're like, oh yeah, like, you know, immune system. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that in years.
Yeah, but like the fact that that's just happening constantly every day, and you don't even have to think about it.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Our bodies are crazy.
My body's a cage.
It is.
One
The-
thing is like Darwin didn't know about the cell. Like they didn't.
Okay.
He didn't know how
didn't
complex
know
it
how
was.
complex.
I think they probably did know about cells, or they hypothesized it at that time, but they didn't know how complex they were. Like at the really low level. I don't know if that would have changed
Yeah.
his thoughts or anything.
Maybe. I
but
don't know. It's just
they're extremely complex. Yeah, we could get into it sometime.
And there's like billions of us.
You talking about like those little microorganisms or whatever you call them on like our body? That reminds me of the scene in Ant-Man when they're fighting. It's like Ant-Man against the villain, and they're like full-size humans.
Wow, that Ant-Man against the villain. That's great.
And then they shrink down, and it shows like the little train going around the tracks.
Oh yeah.
But like you see
in
them
the
fighting with
first
their
one.
lasers, and there's like little
Yeah,
lasers
yeah.
going, and then the train hits them, and it just like
It just kind of
follows over.
derails
Yeah.
the train a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you've had to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. the Hornet guy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's just like what we've seen so far. So like, how does that even work though? Like, can you just keep shrinking in, or is there eventually like a barrier that you hit where you just can't keep shrinking? You know,
Like
I guess that's the
particles?
argument of like, if you take something and you split it in half, okay, and then you take that half and you split it in half,
Yeah.
like, do you eventually get to a point where,
No.
you know, does it just keep splitting
Wow.
or like,
It would just keep splitting,
Huh.
technically.
but like, think about that. Like what, like,
I'm
I'm
talking about like, do particles have an end?
yeah. So like the microorganisms in our body,
Yeah.
like the stuff that makes them up and the
Yeah.
stuff that makes them up.
Yeah,
I mean, I
like-
guess it stops
like
at
what
atoms,
you're
right?
hinting at. There's a philosophical argument that it would
Or
have
just
to
down SpongeBob.
It would have to stop
Careful,
somewhere.
SpongeBob.
Okay.
It couldn't be just like an infinite regress.
Yeah.
There's infinite
Void.
different divisions that you could just keep on going down and
I
down.
suppose.
But
This is wild.
like the current state of physics is that there's a finite number of particles.
there
Like
has to
they
be.
stop at a certain place. Yeah.
But like, then what is that particle made of? You know. But yeah, that's
At that level, the particles
really
are like
there now.
almost just like descriptions of forces. Like it's not even like, it's hard to even describe it as being a solid thing. But anyway, it's just like
like a,
Do you
like a
think-
Pikachu EX, right?
What?
Kind of like that.
Who?
Like a Pikachu EX.
I mean, it's similar.
Yeah,
like
it'd be pretty
yeah,
close.
SIR.
Do you
yeah.
think?
Yeah, for real.
Let's say
510 men.
let's say the Earth is still around and thousands of years go by.
Whoa, Luke, careful.
Do we think that humans will ever get to a point where like they cap off of what they can learn? Let's say the technology is crazy,
Maybe.
way beyond what we could think it would be. Do we think that humans would ever get to a point where it's like we've learned
Everything.
over the
Well,
years and years and years with research
not.
and
I don't think there could ever possibly be us learning everything, but
to like our
yeah,
capability?
like, because you know we're never going to be able to travel all the way to the end of the galaxy, right?
Well,
I-
that's what we
Probably.
believe.
Then there's
Maybe,
endless
maybe.
amounts of knowledge.
Honestly, the universe is still expanding, so there's no way to like get to the end of it and explore everything. But let's just keep it in a little bubble, like of what is realistic.
Oh, like Mew, like the
Right?
shiny
No,
Mew?
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
realistic.
Well, let's keep it to like on the Earth.
Yeah.
Let's say like
Okay.
we've learned
I don't
everything.
think I feel like there'd always be something that would be like new. I don't know.
See,
I hear about all these new species and stuff. I'm like, where the heck did these come from?
I've heard the conversation of like
How much?
it's all like an exponential curve, right? So like ever since the Industrial Revolution, like once that started, like we were on a curve upward and it like drastically increased on like the improvements that we were making and like the technologies that we were creating and blah blah blah, and like we're discovering new things, and like eventually it'll get to the point where it's like we're not necessarily going this way. Sure, we're learning more by, you know, just by sheer intelligence, but it's not like we're like booming out as much as like the Industrial Revolution was.
I feel like a lot of technology too is just going to be like a remake of something
Yeah.
else.
Or just an upgrade.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, like that's just it. You know.
So there might be limits to our knowledge, but within the things that we can know, that it might be unlimited. So,
Okay.
for example, I was just looking at these Legos in front of us. Like, there's no way to
Legos.
make this Lego into a car.
Like my dad.
Yeah.
Why not?
It simply doesn't have.
later.
It's not made out of the right materials. It doesn't have enough mass. It doesn't have enough size. You couldn't make this into a Toyota Corolla. This Lego.
Right.
This Lego, yes.
Yeah, this one right in front of us.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you could rearrange this Lego
Yes.
into a billion different
Yeah.
shapes, maybe unlimited shapes if you had like enough space. You could just rearrange the parts in
Yeah.
so many different ways. So the Lego has limits, but it has limits in one way, but then it's like unlimited in another way. It's unlimited in its arrangements, but it's limited in its capabilities to become any type of object. So like, for example, when it comes to human knowledge, one thing that might be one of our limits is like the hard problem of consciousness. So the hard problem of consciousness is like, why do we have thoughts and mental states, mental events?
I think, therefore I am.
Yeah. Why do we have mental events? But our brains are purely physical things.
Yeah.
So these mental events seem to be non-physical things, and there's a bunch of different properties of our thoughts that don't seem to fit inside of physics, and yet our brains seem to be fully physical things. So that might be one of the areas that we just won't ever really know what the nature of consciousness is. Well, we might be able to fully describe like the brain and how the brain works one day. Like you could maybe create some crazy supercomputer, that can just fully simulate every single atom in your brain. And maybe at that point, then we could say we fully understand the human brain. That doesn't, at that point, you would still not understand mental states. You would still not understand consciousness because its properties are separate from the physical properties that describe your brain. So that might be like one area that's a limit.
Yeah.
Another one in physics is like the unification of quantum mechanics and general relativity. So like, do you guys ever see Interstellar?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that yet.
Never seen
I
Interstellar?
know. I
Oh,
need
you
to.
guys-
Dude,
You gotta
we'll
watch
watch it sometime. So that
really
movie
good.
is all about like general relativity and like they explore time dilation and intense gravitational fields around a black hole. That's general relativity, which was Einstein, and then you got quantum mechanics, which was developed around the same time in the first half of the 20th century. Which describes small things. So general relativity is like big things, like solar systems and black holes, okay, and space and traveling fast. Like that. It describes what happens to time and space when you go really fast, close to the speed of light, and it describes what happens to time and space when you go close to a really massive object, like a planet or a sun or a black hole. So it's like big things, and then quantum mechanics describes really small things.
Gotcha.
And the equations don't fit together. So we have like
Between
separate
general and
quantum mechanics.
Okay.
So the equations use like, this is a little bit beyond my understanding, but they use slightly
It's a lot
different
of it
types
past
of
mine.
math. They use slightly different types of math, and they are not unifiable. Like you can't solve for quantum mechanics with the general relativity equations. So like we have a separate theory for big things than for small things, which is really annoying for physicists because they want everything to be unified.
Yeah.
I'm
with you,
so
Luke, dude.
lost.
I'm
right
so
now.
confused. I'm like,
Did you catch that, Milo?
for real.
You're like,
That's
this
like
is.
a limit.
You're like, this is a little bit past my understanding. I'm like, this is a lot of bit past my understanding. Okay, here we go. This is completely random, but we're going for it. Do we first think cloning would ever be a thing?
Back to the cloning.
And if so, what
me a
if
text
like
message.
the world became a giant realistic like game of Risk?
Dude, cloning seems super easy. Like, I think
They've done it.
100% could be done in the next 100 years.
Yeah,
We'll
they have
have
done it
human
before.
clones.
But what if the world
we got
powers
Noah?
became like a giant game of Risk where it's like just strategy of just
I'm not saying it.
hundreds of thousands of clones like the game of Risk, and you have the world leaders
so
like
many
control
ethical
it.
issues.
Clones?
There's
Like
so many
our
ethical
clones
issues
are
with
like
that,
the
dude.
pieces of like you just unlimited pieces like the game of Risk.
Why did you connect this to Risk?
He was thinking about Bad Batch.
And he was thinking about reinforcements and
These are just the thoughts that are going through my head.
Okay.
But you're saying that we would clone people and then send them to another.
Okay, so first I had the
They'll
thought
fight
of
our wars
cloning
for
because I was thinking about we were talking cloning got brought up. So what if cloning was real?
It
And then
is.
what if it became
But to the
like
extent that
a
you're talking
live game of Risk?
What are you looking at me for?
Still good?
It's they have cloned things before. Like
I
they've
know.
cloned like
Yeah.
live things, like what Noah was talking about. I think I don't know.
They've cloned food.
Was it like
they've
mice?
they've cloned mice. They've cloned sheep.
The babushkas?
They've cloned.
No, it was sheep. I don't know if it was mice. I mean, I
That's
feel like that would start
crazy.
with mice, but anyway, okay. So yeah, you were saying
Did that we're done with that. We're gonna go
Okay.
move past that.
Yeah. Well, like I think, as much as I think cloning would be cool, at the same time, I think it's completely unbiblical. I think it's completely
it's
against
playing
God.
God.
Yeah, because you're playing
It's
God,
of the devil.
and
I
I
love
think
that.
I think it's entirely wrong. I think it's wrong to clone, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
Basically,
I don't know how.
to recap that, Luke.
Yeah, how are we
What
gonna
would you say?
bring this back?
Well, we have really tiny little things crawling around in our arms that are
Step on
defending their
this.
bodies.
Yes.
Cloning could be possible.
Yes. Well,
Uh,
it is possible.
people that work at hospitals might have stronger immune systems.
I have trail mix.
Joyce has trail mix
that my girlfriend made.
It's true.
that Noah's girlfriend Madeline made.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. It is
And
delicious, by the way.
Noah's also terrified of deep, dark waters.
Yeah,
Milo
was on
doesn't
the
like
last
Milo doesn't
pod.
like things with really small, tiny holes.
that is true.
It's not terrible. It's just not great to look at.
It's
It's
unsettling.
more the aesthetic. The aesthetic is off.
Yeah.
It's a little gross.
This is a little ew.
Yeah.
Ugh, brother.
And that is a good reminder for all of you watching and viewing to remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Campfire Council Podcast.
That's a nice send off.